We'll just start warehouse. Because it's easier than deviating from the plan. And it doesn't technically matter if we finished one in any given night as long as we're moving forward on them in any given night. Or any given time frame. I've been looking forward to this one because I really like the artwork. And I feel like I have played a game that's been this artist before. I just can't figure out where I've seen this artwork before. Maybe for those who have been here for a couple of whiles, do you guys remember that game we played? Was it maybe even last Halloween? Or maybe it was when Kat originally first joined the stream, when we did like a horror binge for a little while during that time. There was a game where there was a dude who could see ghosts with like the hood and shit. I can't even remember what it was called. I feel like that might be what I feel like that's the, yeah, I knew you would remember Retro because you really liked that one. We can look into it. Sprite art is right here. So good. My cat sat on my keyboard and disabled my keyboard. It would not turn on, and I finally got working. And yay, you're back, Chase. Did you see the end of the game? I hope so. Yeah, that was pretty good. I bet Halloween this year is gonna suck. Okay, maybe I'm just in a bad mood. The job interview is over now at least, but it went just as well as all the others have lately, which is not well. It's got major gay furry vibes and I'm living for it. I can neither confirm nor deny whether that was a reason it was on my short list. And besides, I'm right. No doubt this Halloween I'll be stuck at home with my siblings all night with nothing else to do. I mean, yes. Yes, considering, you know. Good call, Retro. This street hasn't made much of an effort to dress itself up for the season. Either it's only a few days until Halloween, but... Wait... Let's try that line again. This street hasn't made much of an effort to dress itself up for the season, either. It's only a few days until Halloween, but all I can see is a few badly carved jack-o'-lanterns up in one of the apartment windows, and a piece of orange tinsel blowing limply in the wind. Better. I'd forgotten it was even that close to Halloween until today, to be honest, when one of the interviewers asked me if I was dressing up this year. Damn, it's getting dark. I should have called home before I left, really. But it's too late. Now that I'm almost there, my family will be pissed that I'm not home already, but it's not my fault the job interview ran so late. Not that I'll get it, or that I really want to get it, but I have to keep applying for everything I see, I guess. Ugh, never mind. I shoved my earbuds deeper into my ears and crossed the street, heading into the front yard of the abandoned warehouse on the sprawling corner lot. Wire digs into my palm as I hop the fence. It's a bit of a drop to the other side, and I always end up with weeds caught in my shoelaces, but the shortcut around the front gate and across the warehouse's car park is quicker. The hike through the abandoned warehouse yard is kind of spooky, but it's worth it not to have to walk all the way around the corner and down the laneway, even if the asphalt of the car park is nearly invisible underneath the blown-in sand and weeds. Saves a couple minutes walk anyway, and I've always kind of liked this old place. Even though it's crumbling, it feels kind of like an old friend somehow. Except it doesn't. Not today. I cut through this yard all the time, more often than I'd admit to my parents, but something's different this time. I'm not sure if it was just a breeze, but the hairs on the back of my neck go up all at once. But it's probably nothing. I've walked this way millions of times. I amble further along the left arm of the warehouse that reaches around the corner of the block and into the car park. But unlike any of the other million times I've walked toward this corner, though, I can see light. Soft golden light filtering through the building's dusty windows and around the pitted bricks of the corner wall. They're really good. My head whips around and my headphones fall straight out of my ears. Before I have time to scrabble in the dirt for them, I realize I can hear voices coming from around the corner too. As much as I do value my own safety, and lingering around an abandoned warehouse after dark is hardly smart, I can't help myself. Instead of backing away, I go stock still and listen. So like I was saying, I still think the theme for this year is a bit too vague. It isn't. We went through your whole list and this was the best one. Shouldn't have used up all our creativity in the first few years, huh? What on earth are they talking about? I go to peek around the sidewall with just one eye, not my whole body. I'm not stupid, and then I finally see it. I can't see their faces in the dark, but there's two silhouettes in the yard behind the warehouse, seeming to belong to whoever was having the argument I overheard. There's also some kind of big dark shape looming behind them. Might be a bush or a tree, because it's moving, though there's no breeze. The golden light is coming from behind the figures, where there's a tiny campfire which has to be illegal this time of year. Also, I'm pretty sure this warehouse is private property, so that's 2 strikes in the illegal column for this group of weirdos. Sounds like my kind of people. Then, the shape behind the pair moves, and in the dim light, I finally put together that the shape is a horse? A tall black one with a mane and tail that falls in soft ringlets and a coat so shiny it even reflects the dim orange firelight. Okay, so I have a lot of questions. I'm busy looking for the third person because I heard 3 voices, unless one of them was practicing their ventriloquy or something, when the missing third voice comes straight out of the horse's mouth. I like that. I don't know about your creativity, but I'm pretty sure I wrote pretty much the whole list this time around, so you can hardly talk. I don't mean that as a metaphor, by the way. The horse tosses its mane as it speaks, pawing at the ground in irritation as it flicks its tail toward one of the other silhouettes, and then it really is unmistakable. That's a talking horse. Okay. I love this going on. I don't know why I always forget that you guys can't see my cursor. I really like the sprite of the main character on the left-hand side that shows how the main character is reacting to the things that they see, instead of it being a true first-person view. It lets us retain the first-person view so we can feel the main character, feel like we are the protag, but at the same time it allows us to still see how the protag is reacting to the things around them. It's a really nice, really good touch. Before I can catch myself, I go skittering backwards a step because what the fuck? My foot catches an abandoned twisted scrap of metal on the ground. Because of course it does. The metal goes crashing past the wall into the open with the loudest noise I think I've ever heard in my life. What was that? Think we got company. Want me to deal with it? Footsteps are coming closer. No thanks, actually. I don't want another statue to lug around. There's a Gorgon! What does that even mean? I can't seem to make myself move, and there's no way I could run all the way back to the street and hurdle the fence in time anyway, so I just cower closer to the shadow of the wall, hoping somehow they'll miss me. Please make them stop wiggling all threatening like that. For last time, you're not actually allowed to deal with it anyway. Legally, it is murder. For the word murder reverberates in my ears like a shockwave, and I swallow past what feels like a brick in my throat. This can't be good. People who hang out in abandoned warehouses after dark aren't usually chill, friendly types, right? I squish myself further into a crack in the wall as 3 humanoid silhouettes come around the corner, one of them carrying their phone like a torch. Hell yeah, now we can actually voice them. Wait. Okay. We have to talk. Why is the horse not a horse anymore? I mean, don't get me wrong. She's cute as hell. But... they're led by someone dressed in dark, kind of fancy clothing. She looks wet for some reason. Oh, wait, you think the dude in the middle is the horse? The werehorse? I think the one on the right is the horse. And I just now realized why. I think I know what she is. I don't think she's a werehorse. I think she's a kelpie. Yeah, those are doggo ears. He's a werewolf. I think he's a werewolf. And I think there are plants in her hair. Kelp or riverweed twined with the strands like it belongs there. She's totally a kelpie. Well, I guess it could also be a selkie. That also makes sense. Both would work. Either would work. Now that they're closer, I can see that the other two are hardly normal either. Also, can we talk about the derp snakes? But most importantly, can we talk about the derp snake with the bow? On the far left? How fucking adorable is that? Holy shit, I love it. The taller one has wolf-like ears, slender and tall, sprouting from the top of his head, and now that he's away from the fireplace, I can see that he's glowing, eerie green light is seeping from his eyes and from his mouth when he opens it to speak. The fuck? The other is shorter and dressed in a way that's almost threateningly cool, or at least it would be, if all the yellow snakes sprouting from their head weren't competing for the fear factor. I can tell already that they see me, but nobody seems to be doing anything too threatening yet at least. Ignoring the others, the taller one in the center with the ears steps closer to me past the other two. I break out in a sweat. He's very tall, and whether he means to or not, he's looming over me. Hi! That was friendlier than I expected.
What's your name?
What? We're Kevin. Always Kevin. They let me name my visual novel character. They're gonna regret it. Hi. My name's Kevin. He, him pronouns, thanks. So, you're not human. Great start.
No shit. Did you miss the part where I was a talking horse just then, or?
Yeah, what's up with that? Despite how weirdly calm I'm managing to keep my voice, my heart is beating in my throat. But for the next few seconds, they all just kind of stand there. The one who used to be a horse folds her arms, somehow both furious and perfectly disinterested. Could one of you tell me what's going on here? I just noticed that the taller one has a tail and it's wagging furiously. Maybe he's not a werewolf, maybe he's a were-Doberman. Look at his tail, it's not fluffy at all. It's the worst kind of floof. Red would not be happy here.
It's so nice to meet you, Kevin. I'm Cormac.
He looks over to his left expectantly, but she's ignoring all three of us now.
And this here is Morag. Guess we're doing introductions. I'm Eseth.
This is feeling much more like a chat around the water cooler than the horrific supernatural murder scene I was expecting. Not to be that guy, but Cormac, are you a werewolf or what? I get to the one with the snake. I'll get to the one with the snakes in a minute. The one with the snakes is the obvious one.
Oh yeah, that. We're all monster folk.
Demi-humans, to be exact. Myths and legends are less mythical than you might expect.
Morag here is a Kelpie, Irish water spirits who can shapeshift into horses.
Who have a real tendency to drown people.
We drown people way less often than the myths say, I swear.
I couldn't have timed that better.
And Esseth is a Gorgon, if you didn't guess.
I haven't exactly seen you around. What are you all doing here, back here? I didn't see the snake wink, but now I'm sad. I would have liked to have. Apart from not attacking me on sight, which is kind of what I've been expecting since they came around the corner.
We're the organizing committee of the Warehouse Haunted House.
I've never heard of it. Cormac almost looks offended.
Well, we're only the premier destination for spooky seasonal entertainment in the whole city. We've been the highest rated local haunted house on Yarp and Hexdor for 3 years running. You've really never heard of the Warehouse?
I mean, I know what a warehouse is, at least. Yarp. Yarp. We're standing right next to one.
No. I can just hear that you're spelling it wrong in your head. It's a warehouse with an E.
What? Why?
It was a pun. The theme of the first warehouse was werewolves, spooky howling noises, wolf silhouettes stalking each other, each group of people, the whole shebang. I didn't mind the name then, but it stuck and now it makes no sense. It's only half a joke.
I mean, to be fair, it's still in a warehouse with the name Warehouse. And it's Halloween stuff. It's a good enough pun, okay?
Morag, for the last time, we're not changing the name.
Yeah, with a werewolf on the committee for running it.
It's still a pun anyway. Not like he stopped being a werewolf after the first year.
Happy snakes. Oh my god, they're so cute. I can't even. The snakes on top of Esseth's head all point right, like they want to gesture towards Cormac but can't be bothered moving their arms.
Yes, but the public don't know that, do they?
I hope not.
Present company notwithstanding.
Oh, that's me.
Besides, Cormac, you're not the one who has to deal with all the emails and comments asking what the name means. I'm sick to death of it.
Oh, I can help answer the emails if you want. I love talking to new people.
Yes, you do. On second thought, never mind. I'll deal with it.
What do you mean? I thought you were really snowed under this year.
Yes, but I don't think your help would actually solve that. Are you forgetting all the times you told people you'd answer them and then left them unread? For weeks. From our official account? Or the time you told a lady she could bring her dog, and then it smelled you out as a threat and nearly ruined the whole thing, hunting you down.
Cormac's ears flicked to the side, distressed.
Anyway, Kevin, I still can't believe you've never heard of us.
We moved in just after Halloween last year, so I guess you'd already left, and it's not like this place looks like the premier seasonal entertainment spot, you know?
I'd be offended, but that's kind of the aesthetic we're going for, so...
Cormac turns back toward the other two.
So what do we do about this?
I'm right here.
Best we keep an eye on him, right?
My cheeks go pale. I don't want to know what she means by that. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Morag can keep an eye on me all she wants.
Don't look so afraid. We wouldn't do anything horrible to you, I promise.
Morag and Esseth don't look like they totally endorse that statement. But weirdly, I kind of trust Cormac. It's hard to tell if it's just an act or not, but he comes off much like an overgrown puppy than a scary werewolf.
We just need to keep the fact that we're real monsters under wraps, that's all. You can do that for us, right, Kevin?
The fact he didn't immediately start screaming when he saw us is probably a good sign. I feel like you might be putting a lot of faith in someone you met minutes ago.
She's not wrong.
Well, why don't you stick around for the next few days, Kevin? Maybe help us with the haunted house. Oh no, I don't.
Esseth, that's a wonderful idea.
Cormac's voice runs over Morag's like a freight train, but I get the feeling he's used to that. She's used to that.
If Kevin is dog-tired from helping us set up, then he won't have time to plot about revealing us or gather evidence or any of that.
Dog-tired.
Morag rolls her eyes, but I doubt Cormac even noticed that. He's too wound up in their wonderful idea, I guess.
And it's not like there's nothing in it for you too, Kevin. Think about all the cool kinds of monsters you'll get to meet in a totally safe way. That's a novelty for humans, right?
I mean, also, legally we have to pay you, so there's that.
Oh good, because I don't work for exposure, even when it's from the supernatural monster folk who may or may not kill me if I say so. Or if I say no. I am back. I had a fun time in the washroom. Sounds good, my dude. Kelpie tried to drown you in the bathtub? Not to give you any ideas, but why aren't you just, like, bribing me or throwing me into the river or something? All these exposure bucks.
Morag makes us avoid murder if we can.
She rolls her eyes, reaching across Cormac and flicking one of Esseth's snakes between the eyes. The whole chorus of snakes hisses back at her. I make a concerted effort to be extremely cool about it and not resort to my first instinct, which is to, at the very least, scream. That's a lot of snakes. Angie snake. I love how the one on the far left just can't help but look anything but derpy or cute, and sometimes both. Even when angry.
Aside from murder being, morally wrong, dealing with the legal system is so much extra paperwork.
Making you work Halloween night is the only way I can think of to make sure you don't go to the police before we have time to bump out of the warehouse and get out of town.
Plus a wage is kind of like a bribe, right?
This all sounds flimsy at best, but I do need the money, so I don't want to look any further into this than I need to. Here goes, I guess. Okay, I'm in. Honorary human member of the Monster Committee, or whatever. Cormac's tail wags excitedly, and even Morag looks kind of mollified. So, now what?
Oh yeah, what do we have him do, then? Don't look at me. I've had the task roster sorted for ages. You both have the link to the spreadsheet. You should have at least read it. Well, we have 3 days to fill for him. We do have a lot to do, but no one thing would last that long.
I'd say you should work ticket sales since you pull off being human the best.
He is human, you moron.
Anyway, Clarissa loves that. I could never take it away from her.
Esseth leans over to fill me in, all conspiratorial.
Clarissa's a succubus. All that positive energy of excited and nervous people is like heaven for her at the ticket booth.
Also she's an extrovert, I guess.
Can't relate.
Maybe Kevin could sort of tag along with one of us then, for the next few days at least, until the actual haunt on Halloween night.
Kinda like an understudy.
I mean, not really. More like an apprentice, right?
I've always wanted one of those.
I'm amazed they get anything done at all with how much they bicker and how easily distracted Cormac is. Their meetings must go on for hours.
Anyway, I've bitten off more than I can chew this year. I could use the help. Well, so could I, just as much. We've been put behind by somebody's negligence.
No points for guessing who she just glared daggers at. He doesn't even blink, though, either very unobservant or very used to it, and turns to me instead.
Well, you choose then. Who do you want to work with for the next few days?
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the part where we call it. There we go. Because I'm going to use that save anyway so that we can, do all the routes.